Hello guys, FurballTheHammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, is back again for another Hypixel Skyblock video. In today's video, it will be targeted at novice players who have just started Slayers or are still unable to solo or tier 4 bosses, or maybe you think that you spend too long to do one Slayer boss and you want to speed it up. So if that's you, be sure to continue watching this video, and if that's not you, then keep watching or this hamster will find you at 12 AM. So without further ado, let's begin with the video. Number 1. Don't do Slayers without pots. Just don't. Slayer drops such as Wolf Teeth, Tarantula Web, and Revenant Flesh are almost worthless nowadays, and it's impossible to profit purely off those drops. You want Magic Find and the pots because the only way for you to profit from Slayers mathematically in theory is from RNG's drops. While Magic Find won't increase your drop rates for 20% drops and 5% drops, they will raise all the drop rates of RNG's drops. Furthermore, with pots, you would find Slayer significantly easier and faster due to the extra damage and combat XP gain, which speeds up the speed at which you can do Slayers. On a side note, also get a legendary wolf pet if you have started Slayers. It really isn't that expensive. And always do Slayers with potions, especially tier 4s. Number 2. Avoiding death from the tarantula. If you are able to solo a tarantula but you accidentally spawn it in an awkward location like me in this video, and you have no mana to place an orb and you are dying to the tarantula, be sure to listen carefully if you don't want to die. Because this does happen to me on very rare occasions where I too almost died to bosses. And there is a very easy way to correct your mistakes if you summon the boss in the wrong location. Just follow these steps. Number 1. Run away. Yes, while the tarantula boss will be able to find you no matter where you go in the spider's den due to its ability combat jump, you can outrun the tarantula brutefather. Yes, if you are dying and you know that you can solo the boss you are fighting usually, just run first. Number 2. Free health packs. If you are on the run and low on health, be sure to use your main weapon to stab any mob you see on the run. Why? Because lifesteal and vampirism exists, and the spiders you see lying around are essentially free health packs. Just stab them while running and regain health while you find a better position. And the last step is to find a corner. Once you are ready to fight the boss again, by that I mean your health is back up to full, just find a nice corner and back up into the nice corner. The boss will find you and will jump back onto you for you to kill it. This technique works for tarantulas because the boss will always find you, unlike Savan and Revenant where the boss may end up missing or stuck in a wall. However, before we move on, be sure to smash the subscribe button because at 20,000 subscribers, I will be doing 2,000 tier 4 tarantulas, so hashtag shameful plug aside, let's go on to tip number 3, but be sure to subscribe. Number 3. The fastest place to grind Savan. If you are wondering where's the best place to grind Savan, follow this as a rule of thumb, ranking from the best to worst. Solo Howling Caves better than Solo Castle, but Solo Castle is better than multiple people in the Howling Caves. On a side note, a 2-man Howling Cave is faster than a Solo Castle and is fastest if you guys can boss trade with the other person in the Howling Cave. If you guys want to know how to boss trade, check out my video link in the description. I made a very detailed video on it. And now moving on to number 4. Pray to the mana flux. I have said this before and some of you guys said it's still impossible in the comments, and now I will prove to you that it is indeed possible. All you need to solo tier 4 revenants and tarantula bosses is 3/4 strong and a tarantula helmet, a mana flux, and an aspect of the dragons. In this video, I had a no level 6 enchant AOTD, a barely leveled tarantula helmet, strong dragon armor, and I managed to solo a tier 4 tarantula with a mana flux and even with a radiant power orb. I am able to solo tier 4 tarantulas with a radiant power orb, and even without it, I can still kill tier 4 tarantulas, even though that is quite risky without any orbs. But that's because I'm combat 47 and I have all of the talismans except for Melody's hair and I only own the Shady Ring. However, if you are a late game player with this gear that I am using in this video, with average stats and talismans, all you genuinely need is a Mana Flux power orb. You don't need a Scorpion foil, you don't need Superior, you don't need Reaper Falchion or even Tarantula armor. And this is why I strongly recommend to grind Savan first. With Savan, you get access to the Maddox Bat Phone, which is essential for Slayers and is a massive convenience. On top of that, you can solo tier 3 and even tier 4 Savan if you are careful with the water kiting strategy, and you can just get yourself a Mana Flux at Wolf level 6 and all of the other Slayers will instantly become easier. If you still can't solo tier 4 Tarantula and Revenants with the Mana Flux, level your combat skills and get more talismans, because most late game players with average late game stats should be able to do it with a Mana Flux power orb. And now, last but not least, number 5. Don't touch what you can't fight. When doing Slayers, only bite off as much as you can chew. With 3/4 strong and a Tarantula helmet, red mini bosses are out of your league. Just don't touch them and don't be greedy to try to kill them for juicy combat XP. If you die to the boss, your pots are also bye-bye and your combat XP also goes bye-bye because someone will probably steal it by the time you get back to the mini boss. Also, just exercise common sense. Is the risk of dying and losing your pots really worth it for a boss to just be summoned 20 seconds faster? Just move on and don't touch the red mini boss if you can't fight it. And now that's all of the tips I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me end off with my famous quote: a Slayer boss a day keeps a /G kit command away, so be sure to do your daily Slayer bosses. And with that, this is FurballTheHammy, your Slayer maniac, signing out.